this week. Unbelievable.
You know, it's okay. I mean, today is going to be exciting because I did send out, and I think I told you, I sent the link out to our card honkies group. I'm hoping that a couple of the guys join us live today. I am sporting my new girl dad
Mm,
Barstool Sports um, hoodie here that I got for Christmas, and I
nah,
got my mic. So I'm
beautiful.
really I'm fully getting into this. And this is a treat, right? Because we've been going every other week, and we're gonna do 3 sessions in January. Next week is a big birthday, right, for your wife?
Yeah, my wife's turning 37.
Wow, that's a big one. I'm gonna give it away. My birthday's tomorrow.
So is my daughter's.
Really, the 16th, huh?
Yeah, she's gonna be 9.
She's gonna be 9. Yeah, I'm not gonna be 9.
I
I'm
had
not gonna
no
be 9.
idea you and Claire had the same birthday. I'm
Yeah,
sure
same birthday.
somewhere along the way I knew, but I just didn't remember.
Yeah, so tomorrow's mine, and I hope the guys will come in and sing happy birthday. But a lot to talk about. I mean, last week we talked all about the games. I got to be honest, I wasn't overwhelmed by those games. That's just my. I think the best game of the week I missed, right? The Washington game at night.
Which games are you talking about, Vito? Because
The NFL
yeah,
games.
I figured, but we still got to say it for those who are listening.
That's true. I'm learning this whole host gig thing here.
Did you know that so one of my buddies, I gotta give him a shout out, 614 Life, LYFE. My buddy went to high school and college with him. He makes his living on TikTok and Instagram and YouTube and stuff, like millions of followers, multi-platinum YouTube. And he's been doing this for like 15, 20 years, making workout videos. Then during COVID, he made like he would melt stuff in his non-stick pan, and he's got millions of viewers. And he said the most important thing, and I'll tell you, with having kids, it is super important when they tell you to like, subscribe, and share. Like my kids, like, they subscribe and they share. They know they're not allowed to, but as soon as that person tells them to do it, they do it. So it's like, if you literally just tell them, hey, make sure you like the video, it'd mean a lot to us if you subscribe to our channel and you shared this to your friends. Like that makes people do it instead of just, posting it. And I learned this all from my buddy Noah, 614 Life. He's like, you got to say it. Like that's what the numbers say to do.
So we're gonna start saying it.
Yeah, we have to. I
We're
can't
gonna
believe
start
that's
saying
taken
it.
me till now just to figure it out.
And listen, we're only in this a couple of episodes. I think it's only going to get better, especially if we start getting some of our guys in here to join us. That'd be exciting. The Tom Show's coming back, by the way.
I can't wait.
So it is coming back. But before we get into the football, how was your weekend anyway? In general, good weekend.
Absolutely, man. Cooper had his wrestling. Just kind of low key. The Irish game was Thursday, so the Buckeyes were Friday, so that's huge in Central Ohio. And then actually, I couldn't watch the Broncos game for the first time in 17 years.
Why?
I was at Cooper's wrestling match, and they did not. I couldn't get a signal inside the school in Nowhereville, Ohio. So I couldn't stream it. So I was like, oh, he, got to be there for like 4 hours. He wrestles for 10 minutes. I can watch in between, and I couldn't do it. So I followed along on the CBS Sports app and was happy till about halftime, and then
Yeah.
then it went
So
downhill.
I will tell you what happened with that game. I knew we had a full day of football. I went. The big thing for us is get my dog nice and tired, right? Like if I get my dog nice and tired during the day, he leaves us alone at night. If not, he's just a torture at night. I love him to death, but he's a torture. So we decided to go to the beach. Yes, we have a beach here in Staten Island. We are an island, so we're surrounded by water. And we went to the boardwalk and we walked. And I said, you know what? Damn, the game's on. And your boy, right out of the gate, Bo Nix,
Ah,
and it was such an exciting call, like on the radio, through the app, but like not seeing it, just hearing it. The call made sent actually chills through my body. Like that's what I love hearing. I love hearing that stuff. Like, and he's gonna be a stud. That kid, he's gonna be a stud.
hey, hey, Tom message said the link's not working.
It's not working.
I see. He says the link not working, or you're not live yet. So
Oh, maybe we weren't live. Let me try to invite Tom now to this thing. Share a link as audience. Copy link. and I'll go over to our to my Twitter, and I'll share it with him over there and get
All right.
Tom set up. Hopefully, maybe we had to be live or something, so we'll figure it out.
Yeah, always on the new, and I'm used to the StreamYard and the YouTube, and now
Yeah.
we're using Riverside, so everything's different, and you got to learn. And
I actually like
overcome.
this. It's cool, the editing, right? It lets me do some cool stuff when we're done, and it goes. Then I do takes little clips, which I put on TikTok, which I like, right? Like hearing you
Yeah,
call out the
I
Vikes,
see.
which what happened with the I don't. We'll get into all those games, but so let's start with the NCAA playoffs. You called it. This is the game you called. But the outcome that you're calling to happen next Monday is not the outcome you really want.
No, I mean I've gotten every game right this playoff, and I don't think it's really been that difficult to make those decisions either. Like the best teams have won, in my
Yeah.
opinion, but I think Ohio State is clearly the better team. I mean, they didn't really put together too great of a game versus Texas, but Texas also has the best secondary in the league. So we got Christian Gray matching up with Jeremiah Smith. We got Xavier Watts in the back as a All-American safety, clear first round pick. Exceptional pass rush, but I mean, can Riley Leonard throw the ball? Can Aeneas Williams and Faison, catch? Can Jeremiah Love run? I think Jeremiah Love wins the Heisman next year.
Yeah.
They're running back, and it's going to depend on those 3rd and 1, 4th and 1. Riley Leonard's up the middle. Ohio State, man, their short game defense is so good. Like they stuffed Penn State, they stuffed Nebraska, they stuffed Wisconsin, they stuffed Texas on the 1 yard. I think the only team they didn't stuff was Michigan. So I think the battle's going to be on the offense and defensive lines if they can get the Jeremiah Smith open, and if we can get Jeremiah Love going. And I think Ohio State wins, but I'm cheering with everything. I won't even wear red this week. That's how much I'm into this. Like I wear Hanes socks. I can't wear them this week because the Hanes is red. Like I can't do it. It's weird.
The spread is much higher than I thought. It's still sitting at about 8.5. The over and under is at 46.5. 8.5, man. I got to tell you, I think it's closer than that.
Yeah, I don't think I was right on the spreads at all, but the winners.
What is your prediction here?
Ohio State wins, but Notre Dame covers.
So Notre Dame covers.
I can't say that out loud. I'm rolling Irish, man. I got to
Yeah. Well, listen, I love the transparency. I know you want the Irish. I'm obviously cheering for the Irish as well. Notre Dame would be my.
This is the most expensive BCS or national championship or college football playoff ticket ever. Like the average ticket price is $4,000. The get in price is $1,900. Like I'm talking to my dad about going. I'm like, I just don't have like $5,000 to drop on this. Like I can't. I'm gonna watch it on my couch. I want to go. Like I would sell all of my stuff in my room, but then it's like that is just such a bad financial decision.
Yeah. No, I get it. I mean, we all love going to our events, right? I had Knicks season tickets. I literally bought them the day that Pat Riley announced he was going to be the Knicks coach. I'm aging myself now. But that day, I literally called the Garden. I said, I need 2 seats. And they said, good luck. Everyone wants 2 seats now that Pat Riley is going to be the head coach. And I won a lottery. I literally sat in the last row of the Garden, center court last row, and carried those tickets through the Carmelo Anthony years. And then it just got too costly, right? Plus, trying to get into Manhattan 3 nights a week to go see the Knicks, right? When they're home, sometimes they were playing Monday, Wednesday, Friday. It wasn't really good for the married life either, right? Being out 3 nights a week at a game. But I know what you mean, like as far as the cost, it's just I did see where you were trying to pull something together online, right? With some of the other Irish fans out there.
Yeah.
I saw that.
Fat chance. Ben, your buddy, he's an Irish guy.
Yeah.
Minuteman Scott runs Minuteman tickets. He lives 10 minutes away from me. He's a Buckeyes.
Oh,
Buck
I didn't
City
know he
Chris.
lived that close to you.
Oh yeah, he's 5-10 minutes down the road.
Yeah,
He's
good
like
guy.
literally in the same town.
Yeah, he's a solid dude. He's helped out. Ben's bought a bunch of tickets off him. I think he
Yeah.
does something for the group at National too, right? Where
Uh,
gets them a bunch of tickets for whether it's the Cubs or the White Sox in town.
yep.
I think last year it was in Cleveland, so it was the Guardians. Almost said the Indians. Yeah, 8.5. I don't know. I think it's high. I'm with you. I think Notre Dame covers, but I'm saying Ohio State wins. Notre Dame, I want to win. Notre Dame keeps it close. Let's hope maybe they pull out a miracle here. So that's NCAA. Interesting. It's on Monday, right? Monday's going to be a holiday. A lot of people out. I'm sure the kids may be out of school. I know in New
They
York,
are.
schools are closed. It's also an inauguration day.
It's a lot going on.
Yeah, it's a lot going on Monday. But I love that Monday night game. I don't know what it is about that Monday night game after a weekend of NFL football to go see that. It's exciting to me.
I like it as an adult, but like my kids want to stay up and watch it like a 7:30 game on a school night. We'll see how it's going. Like you could probably stay up till halftime and be a little late.
Yeah.
If it was on Sunday and there's no school Monday, I'm all about stay up as late as you want, have a couch sleepover, build yourself a pillow for it. It's gonna be sweet.
Yeah.
But you gotta go to school next day.
Yeah, oh well, yeah. Can't miss school for that. This weekend though, here in I know we're gonna talk hobby stuff in a little bit, but this weekend in I call it upstate New York. People who live in Westchester, which is the next county up outside of the Bronx, hate when they call it upstate, but it's like the winter extravaganza card show. And I will tell you, these are the guys that run what they call the East Coast National. They get about 400 to 500 tables.
Oh,
Big names. So I'll actually pull that up and we can share that later when we talk hobby stuff. But I think it's JP Productions. Got a big show, and they usually have some pretty big autograph guys up there as well. But I'll pull that up and we'll share that in a little bit. But let's talk Wild Card Weekend. I know you mentioned our boy Herbert from LA. I almost said San Diego again, but LA being the playoff Clayton Kershaw.
Yeah, man. He had such a good year. And we've got LJ's got a big Herbert RPA up on eBay right now. It's like, well, you had Hardball coming in. You're in the division with Mahomes, and now the Broncos are good again. The Raiders are still a garbage fire, but you had the best scoring defense coming into that game, and nobody was even giving the Texans a shot. Everyone thought, all the talking heads said Chargers, Chargers, Chargers. Texans came in and blew them up. That was some championship defense. CJ Stroud is really good. He didn't have a great season. The offense is just good enough. But you know what? Trent Dilfer's got a ring. Vinny Testaverde's got a ring.
Yep.
All it takes is a defense. So, I'd love to see him going to Kansas City, which I think is the most overrated team like in history. Like they've won so many games that they should not have. Like Denver blocked a field goal. The Raiders fumbled the ball. You got this call, you got that call. And they're just like the worst 15-2 team like of all time. So yeah. I think they're very beatable. The winner of the Super Bowl is the winner of Baltimore and Buffalo next week, in my opinion. Whoever wins that, and I think it's Buffalo.
I mean,
and the NFC is a
people in
garbage
Detroit are starting to scream right now hearing you say that.
But they're so hurt. They're so injured.
Yeah, I mean, defensively they're injured, but I just think they're gonna, the week off. I think in their case, the week off helps, right? Because I think Campbell keeps them pretty pumped up.
Yeah,
that's what I think.
All right. So what do you think, Vito? Who's gonna? What are your thoughts on wild card?
I'll tell you, I like KC covering and putting Houston away. I don't see much of a game there. I think that's the one game we're going to see one of those. It's going to go fast. I think that's going to be the boring game of the weekend. the KC Houston game. I don't know why. I'm just feeling that way. I think KC covers. I think KC wins this, and I think they win it big. As you start to move through the rest of the weekend, I think Detroit wins, and I would actually want Detroit to win, but I think Washington with the 9.5 keeps it a little closer than that. So I like Washington and the points. And by no means, I'm hardly a sports betting guy, but for the playoffs, I get a little bit more interested. I think the Rams beat the Phillies outright. I just think the Eagles are not. There's something about that team. I don't know what it is that they can't keep it together come playoff time. They imploded last year too, right? So, and then you thought the coach was gone last year. The Rams really impressed me this week. They really impressed me. And I don't know, do you believe in that doing it for LA crap? I'd like to believe that, but it didn't work for the Yankees in 2001 with 9/11. I thought for sure they were going to pull that one out. But I like the Rams winning outright and with the points. And then finally, as you say, the real championship, the Ravens going into Buffalo. I haven't checked the weather. That's always an issue.
It's like 5 degrees and it's going to snow,
which is a normal Sunday in Buffalo.
Buffalo, yeah.
I want Buffalo. They're the only New York team, right? Oh, Tom's actually in the lobby. I'm going to let Tom in. Is that okay?
Yeah, great.
Tom, how are you, buddy? Can you hear us?
I don't think Tom knows he's in the lobby.
Well, he's now on the screen.
Yeah, I don't think Tom knows he's on the screen.
He does not know he's live. Tom is live, which is a lot of fun.
I am live.
Oh.
There is Tom. How are you, buddy?
I'm just naked, laying in bed with no pants on, and it's like, please show video. And I'm like, no, bro.
Hey, how are you doing, man?
I'm good.
I'm really excited to have you here. Chris and I, we've been doing this thing. We actually started talking about it at National, and we've always wanted to do something. And I said to him this week, I said, you think you were ready yet? And we've only had like 5 or 6 tapings, but we couldn't think of a better group than you guys to kind of invite over and join and hang out. So good to have you here.
Well, I mean, maybe you could have found a better group because I'm the only one here.
That is a good point, but you did say that the one link didn't work. I gave you the guest link, which is apparently works better than the audience link there. So what's been going on, Tom? Tell us what's been happening.
Not a whole lot. Just working, doing my normal Tom stuff. I've picked up some cheaper PC cards for
got that Terrell Davis auto I saw.
Yeah, I did get that Terrell Davis auto.
What is that going? What is that card going for? What is it comping around?
$18.
Wow.
It's unlicensed, so that's probably it, and it's a sticker. So, but
still,
yeah,
that's
still
cool.
It's TD, man. Yeah,
that guy's awesome. And I heard the Tom Show's making a comeback.
Yeah, my original idea was to just do it for Hecker, like he's got Ripping for the Cure and he's talking about all his rack stuff. And so I was like, you know what, to get me back in the mood, if I do like short 10 to 15 minute little Tom shows of people just talking about what they think of Ripping for the Cure and how they feel about the rack of the day or how it's affected that, just to like kind of hype that up for him.
Yeah.
But then like no one wants to do that. So now I'm thinking like the people that do want to come on the show or the guests that like people have suggested, like you or Eric, those back pages and Chris Vatos.
Yeah, I saw that.
You guys would all deserve more than just 10 or 15 minutes. So now I'm thinking like, well, maybe I'll just go back to the old Tom show.
You think you can call Che and get him back to civilization, or is he gone for good?
He is
he is gone.
I haven't talked to him in so long. I don't really know.
Did he get married?
I don't know, but they have
He's got a baby.
Together.
Oh, they do have a child together. Yeah.
Yeah,
And
Everly.
they live
She's
together.
like
They moved to
2.
Louisville. He texted me on Christmas and said Merry Christmas.
Oh,
and
that was nice.
that was it. About it.
You're up higher on the list than I am.
I do see you ripping sometimes on TikTok.
Yeah, I haven't done anything in like a year. So my old like Donruss 1989 packs, I think it was the last box I opened, was I'm starting to see the year ago on TikTok or a year ago on Instagram. So those things are popping up. So
Wow.
I haven't really ripped a lot of wax. I did get sent a like a consolation blaster from Ben at Midwest Box Breaks. I was at a couple Rockies breaks and didn't hit anything, and he's like, "Well, you know, I got to send you something." It sounds like a nice Christmas surprise. So I did rip that little blaster of Diamond Kings baseball, which I really like as a Panini non-licensed project.
Yeah.
Those cards are kind of nice, you know, like they're kind of like the painted and they have the texture to. Yeah, I
Yeah.
like.
I
Don't mind
bit the
those.
bullet and bought into Series 1. I did.
Yeah.
Yeah, I bought 2 boxes.
I knew you were going to.
I bought 2 I've
Knew it.
really tried to just buy the flagship products, and then I did get into Update this year because of the hype. I told you last week about the Paul Skeens card. I got caught up in the hype of that. And I actually shoebox, you know, I going through shoebox. I said this last week. I found a Skeens number to 99. So yeah, I found that. I put that baby away. But you know, when Ben's group you mentioned, Tom, they have a bulk rating group, right? Where Eric Martin, I don't know if you met Eric ever, but Eric is such a solid dude. He runs that for Ben. So I'm thinking of getting some cards together for that. But before you joined, we were talking about the NFL weekend. And I just had one more pick. I was saying that I want Buffalo, but I think Baltimore's winning. So my picks were KC, Detroit, Rams, and Baltimore to win, even though I want Buffalo. So that's my weekend. And then, you know, Chris gave us his Ohio State Notre Dame prediction. And then he wanted to retract it because he didn't want to be on air saying what he said.
I mean, you know, I love my Irish. We're gonna win. But I'm like, man, this Ohio State's too good. I'm like, I can't do it. I gotta go Irish.
As our first guest, we're gonna give you the opportunity to tell us who do you like this weekend. We'll start with Houston KC.
I like Houston because I hate the Chiefs with the passion of 1,000 suns.
Yes, Tom. That's why. I told Vito I
believe Kansas City will win that game. Kansas City will win that game.
All right. That's fair. Detroit, Washington.
Detroit.
Yeah.
I mean, in the NFC, I really don't care because I don't hate any of those teams. So, but then again, I have to be like, who's going to be able to beat the Chiefs? So it's kind of like, I think Detroit is the stronger team, and I will be rooting for Detroit. But
did you see that guy in the Philly? I'm going to ask you about the Rams. I keep saying Phillies, but you know what I mean, the Eagles. That guy in the stands that was videoed cursing out that girl.
That was such a weird thing because it's like, okay, that guy is garbage for saying that to anyone.
Yeah.
But then like the boyfriend is like filming it to try to make it his moment or something. Like it's like it just felt like that poor lady. That's all I can say is like that poor woman just
Listen, I'm an hour and a half from Philly, and my daughter's busted my chops to want to go see the Cowboys there, or even just go to see the Mets. And I tell her, I say, not going. Just like, not going. And if we go, I'm wearing a Mike Schmidt jersey or a Greg Wyshynski jersey. Not deal with it. I'll tell you a quick story about Philly. So the first year interleague play, it's got to be almost 20 years ago, right? Maybe 18 seasons ago. We decide 8 of us, we're going to get in the train. We're going to go see the Red Sox play the Phillies in Philadelphia. Philly's got a nice setup if you've ever been there. I don't know if any of you have ever been to Philly. the football stadium's next to the baseball stadium, next to
Yeah.
where the hockey stadium is, and then you got the racetrack there for the horses. It was also the weekend of the Belmont, so they were filming they were like live streaming the Belmont Stakes. It was a great weekend, right? So we go there to watch the Red Sox, and it was packed because the Red Sox fans travel. And we're not even sitting. We got the standing room only tickets, but we actually found 4 high top tables like at a bar with 2 chairs each. So all 8 of us had like 2 chairs, and we took up the 4 chairs. We're right on the rail. These guys in front of us on the rail were huge Red Sox fans, and every time Ortiz came up, they had these 2 flagpoles with this giant canvas banner of a hand painting of David Ortiz. So he's in the on deck circle, and you see these guys start to go under their seat and roll this thing out, right? And here he comes in the first inning, and they got Sting, and it's kind of blocking our view, and we hate the Red Sox, and they got this big poppy. And then he comes up in the 3rd inning, and they do it again, and he comes up in the 5th inning, and we're obviously drinking as we're going along. And in the 7th inning, Big Poppy's getting ready to get up into the deck on deck, and my buddy gives me the elbow and says, "Watch this." And we see the guys start to look for their banner, and he goes, "Go to the bathroom, last stall." I go to the bathroom, last stall, and the banner is the 2 poles are cracked in half, and it's shoved into the toilet bowl. He walked by, kicked it out. He kicked it out. He got it into the aisle, and then he walked it into the bathroom and flushed it down the toilet.
Man,
that's my Philly story.
Yeah, I mean they boo Santa Claus, so I mean, got to be careful.
So while we were talking sports, I was looking this up, and I saw this while I was waiting for you guys, and I'm going to share the screen and get your thoughts on this stuff. I'm really curious what you think about this. So this is the 2025 ballot for the Hall of Fame. And what got me thinking about this was someone was on Twitter or X yesterday, and he had said it was his first time voting, and he wanted to share his picks. And I think they're allowed to pick up to 10, the writers.
Yes.
And he had picked Bobby Abreu. And I had said to him, like, you know what Bobby Abreu and I have in common? We're both not getting into the Hall of Fame, right? That's what I said to the guy. And I was just curious, like, am I the only one that thinks Bobby Abreu shouldn't be in? And then I looked at his stats, and I started to think, like, under these kind of more relaxed rules, guy had a pretty solid career, right? Over 500 doubles, almost 300 home runs, over 1,300 ribbies, a career almost 300 hitter. He's just the almost guy, right?
Yeah, that's almost stats for me.
Almost 2,500 hits.
Well, you know, they've said it many times. It's the Hall of Fame, not the Hall of Very Good.
That's right.
It's not the almost of fame.
So if you're looking at this list, I mean, I know for me, you know,
I mean, put Manny in, put A-Rod in, put CeCe in, Ichiro, Chase
Ichiro's
Utley,
first time he's getting in.
Omar Vizquel belongs.
CeCe's first time he's getting in.
Yeah, CeCe and Ichiro right there.
Yeah, their first time.
Sure.
I was pretty surprised. Like, I was actually pretty surprised to see that Mark Burley actually won over 200 games. I was shocked when I saw that he won 214 games.
Yeah, he played a while. He was always pretty good.
So looking at this list, I'll go through it, in or out. I'll start with you, Tom. Abreu.
Out.
Chris Beltran.
This year or ever?
Ever.
In.
Tom Burley.
Probably eventually.
Chris Carlos Gonzalez.
Out.
Yeah, no chance.
Curtis Granderson.
No.
249, no way.
Can I tell a story real quick?
Absolutely.
All right, so I went to University of Toledo for my undergrad, and Curtis Granderson played for the Toledo Mud Hens then,
Wow.
Detroit's AAA team. Girl I was good friends with, Ashley, sat next to me like all my media classes, was dating Curtis Granderson at the time. So he would like come to parties and stuff on Toledo campus with her. I mean, you were 21, 22 years old. We were seniors. Right. I'm not sure how old Curtis Granderson was, but we would go to Toledo Mud Hen games, and it was when, Verlander and Scherzer were there and stuff. Oh, and Curtis Granderson was dating a friend of mine. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, it is cool.
That's a great story.
But he's not getting into Hall of
Fame. No.
He's getting into Toledo Mud Hens Hall of Fame.
Yeah. Even that's questionable.
King Felix.
I think he's getting in. Chris? I think he's getting in. Not now, but he'll get in.
Let me see those stats again. I liked him. Man.
The stats just don't tell you how good he was.
Strikeouts.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I remember him being like a stud, and then those numbers are like.
Just remember, Tom, Nolan Ryan never won a Cy Young.
Yeah,
I know that.
Neither did Cy Young.
Yeah, Cy Young won one.
Neither did Joey Votto. So,
and he still bangs. You know what's interesting about stats though? Like Ron Guidry has more wins than Sandy Koufax, and I think less losses, or it's really close, right? And you start to wonder, like, does Guidry belong in the Hall of Fame? He was super dominant during those years with the Yankees, but he don't have the longevity. But then neither did Felix. I don't know.
Yeah, it's weird. I like Torrey as a player. I think he was on my fantasy team, but I don't think he gets in.
It's close, I think.
Does he have them Todd Helton numbers? Can we go back?
A little bit, right? Almost 2,500 hits, 1,300 runs, 350 homers, 1,400 RBIs. It used to be 1,500 RBIs, 500 homers, 3,000 hits. It's been watered down, obviously, a little bit.
What was his career batting average?
277.
How many Gold Gloves does he have?
9-time Gold Glove winner.
Yeah. He probably does get the Todd Helton treatment after a few years.
Adam Jones.
I think Adam Jones' best play was when he was playing for Team USA and he robbed the guy in center field of a home run. Like, that's all I can remember Adam Jones for. Like, can't even tell me he was a Baltimore, or I couldn't even tell you he's an Oriole. But I can tell you he had the greatest play in World Baseball Classic history.
There you go. That's probably not enough.
Out.
Andrew Jones.
5-time All-Star.
Yeah, that average bothers me a little bit, but.
Yeah, the average and the hits. I mean, he's got 434 home runs, but I just don't remember him. Like, I don't know. Like, you always heard about him, but he wasn't like the man, at least to me, anyways.
Yeah. I don't see any too many. Pettit's interesting to me. Like,
he's in
56 wins, man.
Plus, you gotta think postseason and what he means to the Yankees more than just. I mean, World Series. I Pettit to me is a shoe-in lock.
Yeah. I hope you're right. I'd love to see him get in. Have either of you ever been to Cooperstown?
No.
So I had a chance this summer. I've been there before when I was younger, but I had a chance this summer. My wife's girlfriend actually moved up to upstate New York, and it's in the middle of nowhere. But ironically, it was only a 45-minute drive from the Hall of Fame. So my wife said on Saturday, she goes, "Why don't you just go? We're gonna do girly stuff and go down like farmers market crap and go to the Hall of Fame." And I went. I spent the day there, and Dave and Adams has a top store there, and a bunch of guys have some small card shops, and it was awesome, man. I had not had a chance yet to see any of the Yankees, like Jeter or their plaques. It was just really is awesome. You go in there, you get chills, right? You see like the ball that Hank Aaron hit is 750. It's just pretty awesome stuff. This man belongs in the Hall of Fame.
He does.
Yeah, he does.
Crazy numbers.
Hey, I'm putting Manny in too.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, Manny should be in there too.
For sure, Manny should be in. 12-time All-Star. I think we all agree that Ichiro is going in. I don't see any of these. Wagner's on his last licks here. This is it. He should get in for 422 saves.
I don't think anybody cares about relief pitchers.
We
that
don't.
much.
Mariano and Hoffman.
I know
Yeah.
you say that, but Mariano, and maybe Mariano's just a different breed, but he's the only one to ever get in unanimously. Only.
Mhm.
I mean, does Aroldis Chapman get in? He's the most dominant relief. No, he doesn't. Absolutely
No
not.
way. No
But
way.
he's the most dominant relief pitcher of like my time. But there's no way he gets in. To me, it's just like Tom said, like it's Mariano, it's Hoffman. Nobody cares about relief pitchers.
Yeah, I
They
don't
just
see
don't.
it. I don't see it. Anyway,
Give me Omar Vizquel too.
you want us Vasquez in there? Wow.
He is an absolute Ozzie Smith wizard with his glove. Like what he meant to the 95 Cleveland Indians team that should have won the World Series, but there was a strike in the early to mid 90s Indians, like living in Ohio. People want to love David Justice and Manny and CeCe, and but it was Omar.
That Indians team was a stud.
Kenny Lofton, like
Yeah,
my goodness.
David Justice, right? Wasn't he on that team too?
Yeah, he's on one of them. Albert Bell.
Joey Bell, his rookie card.
Joey Bell, yes.
I got the Stanton rookie card, and it says Mike Stanton.
Michael.
Yeah,
Oh,
Mike Concho.
It's terrible. We're gonna talk hobby stuff now, and I'm gonna share. I told you about the show, right? This is the one this weekend. So these guys, I think it's called JP's, but they do a bunch of shows. Hofstra's obviously the university here. I didn't know they did a Boston show, but I told you it's this weekend. It's 400 tables, right? You'll have Beckett, JSA, CAS, grading companies on site, and free autograph guests. And then let's see who's
Vito, that's a question I get asked a lot from friends because I work at a card shop is how do you get things authenticated? It's, when like Beckett's going to be on site there, is PSA or JSA on site. And I feel like a lot of card shows either don't have it or don't announce it or don't have promote it very well. But I think that'd be a huge thing to get more people to go to card shows is because I don't want to spend $40 sending something away, waiting, 3 weeks and then getting it back. And you got to pay the insurance, the shipping, all that. When I could go over to Indianapolis, the Midwest Monster, I'm going to go there anyways. They're on site, make an appointment, stand in line for 10 minutes. It's done in 2 hours. And I just think it's such a great service that they provide. And I feel like they should do it at more shows, or if the shows need to promote it better, because I don't know a lot of shows that do it. So I'm super happy they're going to be on site there.
That's pretty cool. I did it at the National, right? Now you're coming right off the line where they sign something and they're like stamping it. Like it's almost like a factory. But so let's say I bring a ball and I have what I believe is a Griffey autographed baseball. I bought a whole bulk order off of somebody one time that was in there. And it looks legit, but I've never had to check. So if I bring that there, are they going to be able to authenticate that there, or are they just authenticating what's going to be at the show?
No, the ones I've been to will authenticate whatever you bring.
Got it. Okay.
Like I brought an Alexis Bliss autograph. Like she's from here, and I know people who know her, so I got her to sign something like in person, like through the mail kind of thing, and they authenticated that for me. I know,
that's like not a big name person, right? I'm sure they've seen a million Griffey.
Well, yeah, I'm like Griffey. Well, they also have different tiers. If you're getting a Mickey Mantle autograph, it's going to cost more than Joey Votto. But getting a Tom P. Willis autograph, like that is the cream of the crop autographs. So you got to watch out for those. There's a lot of counterfeits out there too.
I need that little holographic sticker with my logo on it and the numbers, and so I can stamp my autograph so people know that they're legit.
So these guys, Wilder Side of Sports, Mike Wilder and Jim Falvo, they just opened a shop here in Columbus, and friends of them for a while, met them at the National. They also run Authentic Ink. So they do a ton of autograph signings. Like Vito, I think I told you before, they had Big Poppy in there.
Yes.
Will Howard, a lot of OSU Buckeyes. In March, they're doing a show with Dennis Rodman, and they do the same thing, but it's their company is Authentic Ink. So they're coming right off the line, and they're doing their own COAs right there. It's in, witnessed by Authentic Ink representative, and it's them doing it instead of like Beckett or PSA or JSA. I feel like there should be more, like, you got to earn the trust of a lot of people to be able to do that and have it worth, like, if you want me to pay $100 for Authentic Ink COA compared to PSA, like, I just don't know that I'm doing that right now. Maybe like $80, but like me personally, I know these people, they're good people, they're honest, they're trustworthy. I would believe them, but they're still growing that base where, PSA still gets it wrong sometimes. Same with Beckett and JSA. Like, it's an imperfect system, but those are still like the top guys in the industry that people want, especially if you plan to sell stuff. Like, I know I have a whole bunch of stuff I say is PC, but your PC changes. So I got all this stuff that I'm proud. I mean, my Elway, my Manning, my Broncos, my Vados, it's never going, but like, I don't really care about Cody Bellinger that much anymore. I don't really care about Cortland Sutton that much anymore. Jerry Jeudy, get out of my house.
Yeah. Some guy from Robo Grading. It's ACG. I don't know. I'm going to look it up. ASG or something like that grading, but it's like the subtitle is Robo Grading. The address, ironically, he sends an email like, hey, I see you on Twitter, and, I know you sell, and I'd be interested in like grading some stuff for you for free just to test it out, and he gives me the whole spiel, like the whole pitch. And then I look at the bottom, and the address is literally 5 miles from here. So I drive by, like I didn't purposely drive by. I was like in the area, and I said, oh shit, let me pull up this guy's address. There was nothing there. There was nothing there.
Yeah.
There was no, like, it was just like an empty lot. So I don't know what the deal is with that. But I'm looking at these guys. Anyone worth LJ? $49.
He cancels a lot too.
A lot of Mets, it looks like, a lot of Knicks. Obviously makes sense. I mean, it is in Westchester. The Knicks practice there.
Ruben Sierra, man, he was awesome in Ken Griffey Jr. baseball.
Their G League team is pretty. So that's a Saturday guest. Let's see what.
I saw my cousin Don Trail on there.
Oh yeah.
Ooh, Romo.
He's a tough one, man. I loved him, but then it seems like he was not a good human being. So it's kind of tough.
And then he also played for the Raiders, so screw that guy.
Ooh, LT.
Let me see. What was that? Was that Hall and Oates?
Clinton Portis.
That's the one.
Where'd you see
CP?
that?
Oh yeah.
Clinton Portis.
So these guys do cool. They do a nice show. They do the East Coast National, and it usually is right after the National, which I always found odd, but I think maybe they're just getting that hangover of people still kind of who maybe didn't go to the National or did go and want it and still want some more.
Hey, Vito, I think it's super interesting. We talked before how the Fanatics Fest is before the National this year.
Yeah.
They're still selling tables for the Fanatics Fest. The National, I've been on a waiting list for like 5 years with a very large sports cards company. Like, we can't get in unless we buy your table from you. Fanatics Fest was like, here, please come get a table.
Yep.
So
that's super telling.
That's the one that's in Manhattan, right?
Yeah, at the Javits Center.
At the Javits Center, which is not the greatest place.
It's also not a card show. It's more of a experience, So National has been there for 7 years now, something like that. And this has been there for 2.
Mm-hmm.
And they canceled in Orlando after the hurricane, and so screw them.
You had said that. Hey, you had mentioned to me Top Series 1, and I told you I bought 2 boxes. I know it. I didn't want it, but I did. 59 parallels. I haven't seen a checklist. I'm trying to pull it up now.
I thought it was 64, but then I saw Ivan tweet out 59, and I'll believe him before I believe myself. So, but then it's like I'm looking at the Reds and like who am I gonna get that I want in a break? You know, for the money I'm gonna spend or on a box. It's like, you know, I go to my LCS. I had to get some vintage top loaders. My wife's like, don't do it. Don't do it. It's like you're just setting your money on fire. I'm like, it's like 20 minutes of entertainment.
Right.
She's like, go spend it on something else.
I got the checklist here. Well, I don't think the checklist is actually out. I'm gonna share this.
They put it out and then they took it down.
Ah, okay.
According to Suze.
Yes,
Suze knows all. So
yeah, Suze does know all. I like the design. I didn't get to see the video. I know you told me to watch it about Aaron Judge being told.
Yeah, it was a good one
on the cover. I'm not a big fan of the no borders. That's just me.
Is it going to make it harder to grade, and so then you'll have a lower pop count? Because I know like the kabooms and the absolutes and stuff, people say are harder to grade because, like you said, no borders. You got to rely on the back for the centering, or you know, eyeball test from some random dude who got a speeding ticket on his way to work that day.
You know, I hate to say this, but I just don't care.
Yeah.
Look at all these stupid baseball cards. I don't care.
I know.
I know it's a huge thing, and I know a lot of people do, and I'm not trying to like, this is the flagship product. This is, you know, what baseball card collecting is about. But like right now, like the way the Rockies are and how they've been treated with cards, it's just like, who am I going to get out of like Chris? The Rockies better be free, and you ship it to me for free, and then I'll take them.
I'm trying to see what they.
I mean, you're still gonna have Ellie autos, but it's like you want a third year. There's no like Reds rookies, and what's the chance you're gonna hit an Ellie auto? Like that's the only card you really want.
Yeah, I think the thing I like the silver packs, right?
Yeah, that's what everybody wants, right?
I like the silver packs. Looks like there's a bunch of Judge in the base. See the variations. The Dancing Dodgers.
Oh, gross. Just shoot me in the face.
You're allowed to curse, Tom. You can curse.
No, because if I start swearing over the Dodgers, it's going to take us to some pretty dark places.
Do you swear over the Broncos?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, me too.
Autographs.
I don't like it, but I do. My kids tell me about it.
Yeah.
That's bad.
Billy Ripken auto.
Aaron Shunk. I don't even know who Aaron Shunk is for the Rockies.
Yeah, he's got an auto in there. And these
Brian Wilson. Who wants a Brian Wilson?
The 90s tops, the redo, the insert set. Is Ichiro in here? They usually have an insight on the guys who are going to make the Hall of Fame, right?
I saw Pedroia. I mean, that's kind of neat. If you know.
They usually have those guys in here.
Kerry Woods, Andy Van Slyke.
Oh, I loved Van Slyke.
Yeah, me too.
Memorabilia, just the regular relics. These are the 90 relics. Then you got the City Connect. Those are the manufactured ones, right? The City. No, is the City Connect that uniform, that alternate uniform?
Yeah, the Friday uniform.
Inserts.
That'd be cool if they were game worn. The Cincinnati and the Rockies ones are sweet too, I think.
Yeah, the Rockies, their green license plate ones. I really like those.
And the Reds have the all black with the red Cincy on the front.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think the Yankees do one. I think it's sacrilegious for them.
Yep, it's got to be pinstripes.
Yeah, so we'll see. I mean, we were talking about this last week. Like, I'm at a point now where I'm taking the rookie cards, putting them away, sleeving them. You know, the bigger cards I'm trying to flip if I can, and then the PC stuff I'm just putting into a binder. But otherwise, the base cards I'm not building base sets anymore. I'm just not doing it, right?
It's
But
a
I
lot of
hate
work.
it is a lot of work, and I hate throwing stuff away. So I'm trying to find. I know there's some people on Twitter that always ask for donations, so I have donated in the past. But Tom? What do you do with like excess cards? Or what have
I
you
give
done?
them away.
Yeah,
I've found well, I sold a whole bunch, like 3 of those 5,000 count boxes. I had like a handful of parallels and some numbered cards and some autographs, but a lot of base, and I sold it all for like $100. I just got rid of everything that wasn't of value to me, and I did that. And before that, I gave away 2 of those boxes to the store manager where I was working at for Kroger.
yeah.
He's like, my son just got into collecting cards, and I was tired of hauling those boxes around. So I was just like, here you go. And the kid loved it. So that's just kind of how it builds up to 2 or 3 or 4 of those boxes. Then I realized, like, I don't need to hold on to those cards anymore. Because it's usually like 4 or 5 years.
I
And
know.
so, like, I went through all my Bowman and all my tops for the rookies or whatever, the prospects, the first Bowmans. I cleaned those out of the people that are worth it. If someone's going to come 6 or 7 years later, then I don't care. I'm just going to,
Yeah.
that'll be for the kids that I give them to.
So I know Chris just did a show. He was telling us last week. He did a show a few weeks ago. And do you have dollar boxes, Chris?
Yeah, absolutely. Usually I'll make it like less than $1, 5 row, and then have each row labeled like quarter, 50 cent, whatever. And then under $5 and under, then 10 to 20. Anything above 20 goes in the showcase.
And these are not base cards.
No, I'm not taking base cards to get even to like give away to kids or anything at card shows. Like I gave away slabs to kids walking around. Some kid had a Patrick Surtain jersey on. He got, some Broncos cards from me. But it's just I know it got brought up in our chat group when someone was super mad that they were racked a bunch of base cards. It's like it was for your kid. Like they're supposed to enjoy that. Like I wouldn't really appreciate 2,000 base cards sent to me because I'm like, what am I gonna do with it?
Right.
But like I would my kids would love it. Like I think there's the right audience for everything. Like I send my stuff to Eloy and to Jamie to give away, in their classrooms. But it's like if you're gonna give something away, like, but the person, asked for it, and I think that they were completely wrong in the way they handled the situation. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But it's like got kind of know your audience and Vito. Like if I sent you a 5 row full of base cards, like what are you gonna do with it? You'd be like, what the hell, Chris? What are you doing here, man?
So my wife's girlfriend, and I actually am just kind of holding them for her. Her husband had this unbelievable collection of stuff, right? Like just incredible. And unfortunately, he passed away at a very young age. And she just like was moving, and she said, "Here's all the cards." And it's like every Bowman set from like 1990 on, complete set. Just the base, just the primary set, no inserts, no parallels, none of that. But you look back at these things, you're like, man, that's a lot of work to go through and build all these sets. And I got to tell you, most of those cards are worthless. I get it a lot now with guys my age will say, "Hey, I see you're into cards, man. What do you think this card is worth?" And it's like, man, he was awesome. And it's like, I know Bernie Williams was a great Yankee, but his rookie card's worthless, right? Like, I hate to admit it to you, but there's, 50,000 of them, sitting in some kid's basement in the Bronx. So it's just, I don't know. People don't understand that whole wax era junk card stuff.
Yeah. But what's nice is when season 1 finally comes out, I'm going to get a couple envelopes of Rocky's base cards, and I'm going to love it. And they're going to go into my binder. It's not 5,000, it's like someone open a personal box or two and they just pull all the Rockies aside for me, or they were in a box break, got the Rockies, unfortunately, and got no hits, of course. So they just send me all the base, and I love it. That's another reason why I don't have to buy any Series 1 is because all my friends take care of me. They're like, oh, hey, Tom, like Cards Kev. It was last year or 2 years ago, just sent me like, a nice thick stack of Rockies cards he'd been saving up from like the Series 1s and Series 2 purchases he made. So, and I love that. I don't want, like I said, 1,000, 5,000 Rockies Broncos base cards. But
Right.
if you send me like 100, they're all going to go in a binder. I've got the Avalanche binder, Nuggets binder, Rockies binder, Broncos binder, all base cards. They're not, I like how I don't have any of there's no order to it. It's all chaos. Like on the third page, you'll see a card that you'll see on the like 20th page.
I can't deal with the chaos. I'm so OCD.
Me too, but
deal with the chaos.
Knowing that going into it, like I'm going to make this chaos for fun helps me get past that. I need them all organized and perfect, like when I was a kid. So
I've bought every gadget out there, right? The P-Touch labeler thing. I've got, cards. I just got to be organized, and I can't do it. I just don't know. I don't know if it's a time thing, or I just don't know if I'm a collector, or if I'm doing this for a hobby, or if I'm doing this as a business, or I don't know what I am. So I see a card and I'm like, do I sell it? Do I hold it?
Vito is hobby confused.
Yeah.
Like I found, and I'm going to sell these in my district, right? Max Fried. I found a numbered Max Fried and just a hologram Max Fried. He's a new Yankee now, and I'm like, shit, now he's a Yankee. I don't want to sell him, right? But
yeah,
they're going to go on the block. So we're coming up on time here, but I wanted to give Chris a chance. He had mentioned to me, and I know nothing about Pokemon at all, but he was talking about prices starting to escalate a little bit. So
yeah,
I know nothing about it. So
the Umbreon, they call it the Moonbreon. Like maybe a month and a half ago, I was doing a Pokemon show here, and people couldn't sell it raw for $900. Now they're selling it for $2,000 plus. This new prismatic set that's coming out, it's back to the Target people lining up at 6 a.m. stuff for this and following, vendors around, and GameStop saying 2 per person, and there will be people lined up for this next prismatic that comes out. And it's just the prices. I don't understand. I don't know enough about it either, why they're going nuts or insane. I think the prismatic is the first set that looks so good, looks so different. You have like almost like the cracked ice look to them. So like maybe that's it, but I don't know why this particular set is going outrageous. I know that if I had some, I would resell it because I could just double my money and buy like the cards that I want. Or something else that I want, like a trip to Atlanta on Monday, but that's something else. I'm just kidding. But the prices right now are ridiculous. They're astronomical. It's like I'm going through all my stuff so we can set up Claire and I at the next Pokemon show, offload it so we can reload it.
Yeah, I've never got into. Tom, have you ever gotten into Pokemon cards?
Actually, yes. I'm an old dude too, but when that show came on, I dug it, because like the video game is like an old-fashioned turn-based role-playing game.
Yeah.
They have their moves, they have their health points, and it's a game I liked. And it was funny because someone left their Game Boy Color on the plane, because I used to work at an airport in Gunnison. Right. And, I was playing the Pokemon and I was like, okay, this is a fun game, but before we handed it back to her, because it's set up there, and when they return for their flight, we can give it to them. I was like, I like it. And then I was like, okay, the cartoon, yeah, it's silly anime stuff, but whatever. It's like, I liked it. First edition of the trading card game came out, and I bought some. And I had a Charizard that I was trying to sell for $50 at the time and never did. And I gave it to a friend because that's when the listings, you had to pay for listings in eBay. So a way long time ago, like 2000s or whatever, early 2000s, late 90s. And he's
What
like,
is that-
you owe
what
me
is
like
the card-
$30
what is the
in
card sell for
fees.
now?
I was like, just have the cards, just whatever. I'm
What's
done.
that
So
card-
now I'm
What does
just
that
like,
card sell for now?
I don't think it was the one that sells for a lot. I think
Like-
it's
Like the Hollow first edition goes for like 250 grand.
What?
yeah, it wasn't that. It was I mean, it's the Charizard you see, but I don't think it's the one. It might have been like a special starter edition one or something. I don't know. I don't know how the cards work, but I had the Charizard, couldn't sell it, and it's gone forever.
Chris, do you have any graded Pokemons?
Yeah, I got a lot.
Yeah, I thought you did.
I don't know if I have any sitting
Did you
here.
sell them at the store too?
We will. Yeah, I mean, I got this whole stack right here that I'm sending to PSA like next
it.
week.
Got it.
Like, there's the
And you'll
Charizard
ship
from
that
the
as a-
celebration set.
You don't have any of those walk-up events coming up?
I don't know. We send stuff off so often
Yeah.
that
Oh, got it.
we're making 2-3 submissions a week,
Got it.
so it's just easier for me to do that. So
Well, this was fun, Tom. I appreciate you joining us. You are
My
you're
absolute
officially
Tom.
our first guest. So I will
That's
see
awesome, man.
what
No.
Rockies I pull when I so just tell you I'll be down in Florida for a bunch in February working and doing a little PTO time, but my cards will be sitting here waiting for me to get home, and
That'll be
I'll
fun.
I'll check and see. But Tom, we'll give you your last word. Who do you like? Notre Dame, Ohio State.
I have family that's really into Notre Dame, and Chris is a homie. I had an aunt and uncle attend Ohio State, and I've liked Ohio State for a while because I hate Michigan. So it really, I think Ohio State will win, but I'm not going to really root for anyone. But every time Notre Dame has played a game, I've said, I'm rooting for Notre Dame. You guys are screwed. And they end up winning. So if someone wants to shoot me over like $50, I'll just say I'm rooting for Notre Dame.
Fair enough. Well, again, thank you for that. Chris, last word. Who do you like?
go Irish.
Go Irish. And I'm going to join you on that and go Irish. And we are not on next week. Next week is Chris's wife's birthday, so we want to wish her
Happy birthday.
very, very happy birthday.
And tomorrow is Vito's birthday.
Tomorrow is my birthday.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. Thank you.
A lot
Yes,
of birthdays.
tomorrow is officially, I don't mind saying it. Tomorrow's officially the question you get asked when you're at work and they say, where do you see yourself in 5 years? Well, I officially tomorrow, 5 years puts me at pina colada and beach time, official retirement. So
Wow.
it would put me at 62. So tomorrow I actually start that whole time where if someone says to me, where do I see myself in 5 years?
Retired.
Retired. Anyway, I probably will never ever stop working. Just won't do it for someone I don't want to do it for. Although
Yeah.
I am very lucky now. I have a great job, flexibility, autonomy, no complaints now. But I'm ready to 5 years go. So I hit my 50-50 last night at Knights of Columbus at church. I won $45. So maybe the good luck's going to hold over for jackpot tonight at the Powerball. And then I'll buy Tom. I'll buy whatever one-on-one Colorado or Rocky or whatever you want. I think Tom froze. Anyway.
All right, Vito, I got to go,
today.
man. I got to get my daughter to bed.
Yeah, this was a lot of fun. Thanks, everyone. Talk to you guys soon.
All right, thanks, Vito. See ya.
Bye, man.